What is going on, guys? JPOD-SPORTS, and welcome back to another video. Now, you can tell by my depressive tone that this team is a pathetic disgrace of a football team and is the most unwatchable piece of shit I've ever seen. I mean, if you thought it couldn't get worse, the Giants find ways to make it worse. The game is still going on as I'm making this. I just couldn't bring myself to watch it anymore. As soon as Drew Lock came in, how you gonna watch that? But the people that were calling for this guy for weeks, you see why he hasn't started. That's just how bad he is. Now, I just like this team. I want to scream. Actually, I don't even want to scream. I just want to cry. That's what I feel like doing. I feel like rolling up on a ball and start crying because how can it be 6 years of this bullshit? I mean, like it's been longer than 6 years, but under the Daniel Jones era, it's just been absolutely abysmal. Besides 1 year, that was it. We've had 1 year over like 6 wins with Daniel Jones, and it was a playoff game, which apparently it set us back. The Giants are the only team to turn a playoff game win into a setback for a franchise. I had never seen such a thing. Like they can't do anything. They have 3 points. They have 10 points in the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks, they haven't thrown. Daniel Jones hasn't thrown a touchdown in MetLife Stadium since Week 17 against the Colts in 2022. It was through Richie James. I'm pretty sure Richie James is even on a team right now. It's just actually insane. It's insane how bad the team could get. And it's like, what is the plan? Like, I get the defensive line looks good. That is it. That is the only thing that looks good. The O-line looked improved, but was it? Was it just Andrew Thomas? Because the improved O-line is continuity and depth on the offensive line. I mean, Josh Azuda has proven he cannot play the left tackle position, but we roll him out there again, and again, while your 7th overall pick is just sitting on the bench. Like, what can you do? Like, why is he not playing? Why is your 7th overall pick that you invested a top 10 draft pick on a guy that you're gonna bench over a 3rd round pick that sucks? Like, there's just nothing you're gaining from that, and this is a game you would play him. The Giants going against a team in the Eagles that only had, I think, it was 11 sacks all year. They have 7 right now. It's just embarrassing. The defensive line did its thing today, and then Cordell Flack got hurt, and then it was just a parade for the offense for the Eagles. I mean, Joe Shane, like I wouldn't even care if he got fired. Like I would just be happy. I don't want Dable to go, but like if you fire Shane, it's gonna be a package deal of a firing at that point, and you can't really force a coach on a GM unless he wants to keep him. But this team is an utter disaster, and it's hard to watch. Like, what is Joe Shane's plan to build a team? What is role drafting 5th round picks? Like, is that what we're trying to build here? There's just no plan to get talent on the team every year. There was Brian Burns, that was it. You got Brian Burns, and then you lost McKinney and Barkley. Barkley had 177 rushing yards with the Eagles. The Giants had like 115 yards of offense today. Like it just like what are we doing? It's like I know you couldn't get Barkley back, but then it's like you pay Daniel Jones $160 million, and it's all this. Joe Shane just doesn't. I don't think knows what to do, and obviously they haven't had their quarterback pick, and maybe that can screw them up a little bit. But you decided to pay a guy $160 million, and that was your decision. You could have elected to not sign Daniel Jones back, want a cheaper quarterback. But like that's not what the Bills did when they made the playoffs with Tyron Taylor. They still elected to go quarterback. They were not making Tyron Taylor the permanent starter just because he went to the playoffs. I just don't know where to go from here. This team is just a disaster, and most people probably won't even watch this video because the Giants are just uninteresting. And at least the Yankees made the World Series. If you're a Yankees fan, but I just can't pull myself together to go watch this team. And it's just then you gotta play the Panthers in Germany. Like no one's gonna watch that at 9:30 in the morning. It's just so hard to even have an interest in this team. And Malik Neighbors comes back and gets four catches, 40 yards. Like he didn't even get him involved in the offense. Like the screen game has proven the work for the Giants, and they just don't do it anymore. So I don't get what we're doing. And then you don't even run the ball. Like you don't even run the ball at all. You ran it 3 times in the first half, and then the fourth quarter or the third quarter, 6 minutes after you're running it. Like, what is the plan here? Is Dable like? I don't know. Like there's nothing to take away. Like you can't win at home. The Giants are 33-48-1 at home. The second worst record in the NFL at home. The first worst would be the Jets, with 33-49 because the Giants tied a game. That is why they're above the Jets. No one. I saw a picture of the MetLife parking lot in the second half of the third quarter. Nobody. It was empty. I never seen an empty parking lot. Like it's just so unwatchable. No one wants to watch this. And it's gonna come to a point where someone's gonna have to get fired because you can't put this out there. This is the game that should get Joe Shane fired at this point because Saquon Barkley, a guy that was known as your best offensive weapon, biggest name ever, not ever, but like biggest name on the team, and you just let him walk to the goddamn Eagles and he runs through your ass. Like not much you could do. That's pretty much about it for this video. I mean, there's nothing to talk about besides how bad they are. There's nothing to break down the stats. I just tell you the stats right now. 104 yards. That's it. There's no okay. Well, we did this good. No. We can't do anything good. There's nothing we can do. The Giants have no plan. There's never seems to be a plan when shit goes wrong. You lose Andrew Thomas and you go back to Josh Zudu, a guy that got Daniel Jones killed. Now, Drew Lock just looks like a total train wreck of a backup quarterback, so if Daniel Jones gets hurt, it's going to be even worse. At a point, do you just want to tank? Just put Lock/DeVito? That's what I'm be down for. I'd rather see Tommy DeVito every week. Give a spark to the team. He proved he won last year. I'm not saying he's going to make the playoffs, but the team looked more competitive, and it just looks like a total train wreck right now, and I can't watch it. I can't watch it. It's abysmal, but that's about it for today's video. Let me know your thoughts. Just want a quarterback. I'm just ready for April, so yeah.